Chapter 15. Dear Fatima, my friend, beloved sister, how I wish you were near me these days, so I could talk to you and cry with your arms around me. Do you remember how many times I've done so in the past? And you were always able to find the best way to console me and to protect me. If only you could do it once more. If only we could share our common grief. If only I could be the one to find the right words. I know I haven't written for a long time. Maybe you thought I had forgotten you, that my affection had vanished like the mist in the morning fields. My silence was because I didn't want to be the one to break the news to you. Even now my hand trembles and my tears fall. Forgive my cowardice, Fatima. I know you mustn't learn from others. Who knows what they might say? I'll tell you. At Easter, the Christian festival, Iqbal went home to his village. He went there to visit his family and celebrate. He was supposed to spend a month with his parents, and then return to us to continue his work. He said that he had made a promise in front of all those people in America, and that he meant to keep it. You know what he was like. They say that the village welcomed him joyfully, like a hero. Everyone knew what he had done, and they admired and respected him. Everybody in the village visited his home, brought him presents, and asked if it was true that he had been in a plane. They say that the village welcomed him joyfully, like a hero. Everyone knew what he had done, and they admired and respected him. Everybody in the village visited his home, brought him presents, and asked if it was true that he had been in a plane. They say that after 2 days, he was tired of all this attention and began avoiding people. He preferred to get up at dawn and go out into the fields with his father instead. In the afternoons, he rolled an old bicycle with his 2 younger cousins, or together they flew kites. He was happy and serene and full of plans for the future. They say that Easter Sunday was a lovely day, full of sunshine and light. Iqbal went to his church and then went around to visit relatives. There was a big feast with singing and dancing, and there was even meat to eat and all kinds of sweets. And Iqbal ate enough laddu to cause a stomachache. Then, while the adults were talking among themselves, the children scattered off to play, and their voices could be heard in the distance. They say that around 3 that afternoon, when the sun was beginning to go down, a car appeared just where the road turns in toward the village, raising a cloud of dust. Nobody recognized it. It was a big black car, covered with mud. It looked as though it was driving by itself, and it whipped up the gravel with its enormous wheels as it passed. Some people say that at that precise moment, a sudden thunderstorm broke, and raindrops the size of large coins hit the ground, and the thunder shook the roofs of the houses. Others say that the thunderstorm broke later, toward evening. The black car drove slowly through the village, and then turned into a narrow lane that leads down to the rice paddies. The pouring rain and the water in the rice paddies merged as one. They say that Iqbal was riding up the lane, standing so that he could pedal better, with his wet hair in his eyes and his t-shirt flapping in the wind. Nobody knows what happened, Fatima, my sister. A man has murmured that through the curtain of falling rain he saw Iqbal pass close to the car. The window came down a little, and there were 3, 4, maybe 5 flashes. Before anyone could get the men together and run to help, the car had disappeared. Iqbal's body was there, fallen in the lane, and the water under him was stained red. But even the red water disappeared soon. The rain washed it away. This is what they have told me. But listen, Fatima, I know it's not true. At first, I thought I had become mute again. I had closed up inside. I kept saying to myself, it's not true. You know what people are like, how they imagine things, how rumors persist. Everyone else was convinced the news was true, even Ashan Khan and his wife. I was the only one who didn't believe it. Then one afternoon, 2 weeks ago, there was a knock on the garden door. It was a boy, dirty and with bruises from chains around his ankles. He told us he had been working in a carpet factory, that he had run away and come to us so that we would help arrest his master and free the other children. And then, do you want to know what he said? I'm not afraid. I looked at him carefully, Fatima. It was Iqbal. I swear he was identical. The same voice, the same eyes. 3 days later, another boy appeared. And then at the market, a boy rebelled against his master, one of the richest merchants. They were Iqbal too. Try not to be sad, Fatima. He changed our lives and will be with us forever. I told Ashan Khan that I'll be the one to study and go to university. I'll be a lawyer, and I'll fight to free all the slaves in Pakistan and all over the world. And for the first time in my life, I'm not afraid either. My sister, I don't know where you're going or how I'll be able to communicate with you, or even if we'll meet again. I just beg of you, don't forget. Tell somebody our story. Tell everybody our story, so that the memory will not be lost. That's the only way to keep Iqbal at our sides forever. Your sister, Maria. Epilogue. Iqbal Masai was murdered on Easter Sunday in 1995 in Muratik, a village some 30 kilometers from Lahore in Pakistan. He was about 13. His murderers have never been discovered. He was killed by the carpet mafia, Ashan Khan declared. Iqbal's name has become the symbol of the battle to liberate millions of children throughout the world from violence and slavery. For further reading on Iqbal Masai and child labor laws, see the following sources.